Royce was fire. Lupe shit was trash, bro.
All right, I feel the same way. I ain't gonna lie.
A couple years ago, I started down the genealogy trail.
So it's like this, basically. What we need to do is we need to find out who our family is. We need to go back into the records, into genealogy. Genealogy is the legal documentation of your family.
And then, within about a week, I had already started seeing some of my indigenous ties because there's so much revenue behind these trucks. Because think about it, everything you got in your house, everything you eat, drink, no matter what it is, some part of that product came on a truck. No matter how good or bad the economy is doing, them trucks gonna be moving. No doubt about it.
Sometimes it make your mind dissolve, trying to solve something not meant for you to solve. You got to search for inner peace. Inner peace.
In the spirit of the culture, I want to get into something real quick. Blaze, I need your assistance with this. Can you play this clip of the situation that took place with Lupe Fiasco and Royce 5'9"? Can we get that artistic tension that took place between them two brothers? I just want people to, I always acknowledge these type of things. I like this cultural thing when people can see these brothers get into what they get into from an artistic standpoint. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I like that, just like a sport. It's the only thing that might not be rigged these days. Well, that shit's rigged, but you know what I mean. When it's freestyle, you know what I'm saying? I can call it how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, tap back in with us real quick. I'm gonna let them go into this. And after that, we're gonna pull our guest up. And play that real quick for me, man.
What the fuck I got a lock for, dog?
Nigga, Lux just called me.
Well, get in the motherfucking ring then, bitch. If you got a motherfucking problem, who you
Facts.
Okay. Pull up.
Monte, what's popping?
What's up, bro? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good, man. How you doing this afternoon, this evening?
Man, I'm good, brother. Just had me a little nightcap, man. You see, I got my truck and shit on. You heard me?
I see you. Yeah, man. Entrepreneurship, man. And
you already know.
Man, you're doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to acknowledge it. Just from a business standpoint, I'm in the logistic business. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Launchpad Logistics. But you're raw trucking. You know what I'm saying? And before I get into your business, what you thought? Did you hear what we just played with the Lupe and the Royce?
Bro. Who was first? Royce?
That was Royce first.
Royce was fire. Lupe shit was trash, bro.
All right. I feel the same way. I ain't gonna lie. Like, Lupe was throwing little jabs here and there, little metaphors and stuff. But the production...
That shit was trash, man. That should have put me to sleep, bro.
Yeah, like I could... Nah, we weren't... I wouldn't have listened to the whole thing. We were on the show. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Sorry, Lupe. I'll be real.
I was trying to
make... If we could have showed y'all face, that would have said it all, bro.
I was trying to make the face for Lupe, but, it
wasn't there, bro.
It wasn't there.
I don't even know what to say about that shit because I really want to play Royce shit back. We're gonna play Royce's joint back.
Royce was snapping, bro.
I ain't gonna play Buddy back. Now his shit was long, but he was snapping. He stayed.
Man, he kept my attention, bro.
Yeah, he stayed in line.
Lupe shit was born though. Yeah.
I think it was more personal.
Who?
But
Lupe.
Yeah.
Lupe got personal.
Yeah, because he was talking about smacking him in the face or some shit, bro.
I'm gonna punch you in the face and shit like that. He got personal. But Royce was like...
Royce shit was fresh, bro.
You would play that shit somewhere.
Bro. Yeah.
You would play that somewhere outside of the beef shit. You would play that same track somewhere else, even if you forgot about the beef shit. So I'm gonna give it to Royce. But either way, I just wanted to ask your opinion on that. So I want you to tell people about him. I mean, obviously, we met on Clubhouse. Thomas Party.
No doubt.
You're obviously involved with the Thomas Party. But I ain't trying to be biased, so I'm gonna let you tell your story. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. So I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. I joined the military when I was 18, working on airplane engines. So that brought me to Georgia. The first time I lived in Georgia from 07 to 2011. So obviously my background is maintenance. When I got out the military, I moved to Texas, working in the oil field. That's when I first learned about trucks. All right. So while we was over there busting our ass, slanging sledgehammers, I kept seeing the dudes in the truck. They'll be asleep all day, but we'll make conversation. They tell me how much money they was making. So I'm like, damn, I might need to see what's up with these trucks. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't click right then. A couple years later, I ended up taking a job working for the government, working on airplanes again. All right. It brought me back to Georgia. This was 2016. All right. And when I got here, I ended up getting a mentor by the name of Mike Douglas, a brother out of Virginia. He was like 50 some years old. He was what they call a freight broker. All right. Me, I'm a natural hustler. So my first perspective was I want to make as much money as possible without having to do all the hard work, because my whole working career was hard work. But brokering was some shit I could do from the crib. You know what I'm saying? I really caught a liking to that. So long story short, this was about 5 years ago. He started mentoring me. All right. I was about to quit my job and start working for this man, and he had a motorcycle accident. All right. And he survived, but he ain't never been the same since. He can't take care of himself, none of that shit. So that killed me. I was about to give up on trucking right then, because I felt like that was a sign. You know how we is. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was a sign. So fast forward about a year or so, one of my partners I grew up with, he had been driving already. So he called me one day. He was like, hey, bro, I know you was thinking about doing that broker thing. He was like, how about you team up with me and we go get our own authority? Mac, you know what that means. It means you getting a legal trucking company where you can do your own thing. So he was driving Hot Shot, though. For those that don't know, a Hot Shot is a dually truck with a trailer. It's real popular now, but when we got started, it wasn't really that popular. All right. So he gave me the proposition, and me being me, I hit him back the next day. I was like, bet, let's run it. All right. So we started with one Hot Shot truck, and now our fleet consists of 4 trucks. We got semis and Hot Shots. We got a dispatch company. We got a partner brokerage that we got going on, and I sell commercial trucking insurance too. So we did that off of one truck. You know what I'm saying? My partner gave me the idea. I liked it. We came together, and now a couple of years later, you know, we got multiple streams of income, all started off one truck. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the formation of Raw Trucking came together. It was my partner idea. He brought me in on it because he know what I could bring to the table. When like minds come together, you can't beat teamwork. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, now we here. We got employees now. We got drivers. We got an operations manager. You know, everything that we dreamed of, it's even bigger than that right now. You know what I'm saying? So Raw Trucking stands for ready and willing. You know, and it changed my life. That job I told you about I took, I was able to leave that job, and I do this full time now. So that's where we at right now, present day.
And you're doing your thing, young man. You're doing your thing.
I appreciate it, brother.
You just celebrated a birthday recently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not too long ago. It's not too long ago you celebrated a birthday. I
just made 33, man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to bring a brother that understands also his history. So can you give me a little bit about your background and your genealogy side, your heritage side of who you are? Let me know who you are on that side real quick.
All right. So like I said, I came from Louisiana, and none of the information about, you know, what we know of now, I didn't grow up knowing none of this. All right. So a couple of years ago, I started down the genealogy trail. And then, you know, within about a week, I had already started seeing some of my indigenous ties. So I started calling my mama and my aunties and all of them, and come to find out, they already knew what it was. They just ain't take it serious. So my grandma, my mother is what we called her. We know for a fact, Choctaw. All right. I got a great uncle named William Snow who fought in the Civil War for the South. We got it on record. All right. Now, my pop side, we still digging, but I know that they was mostly out of Georgia, Tennessee, you know, in that area. But I know for a fact on my mama's side, mostly Choctaw. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of Mississippi, some out of Alabama. But, you know, it was pretty easy to find once I got to looking. But it blew my mind because, like I say, in Louisiana, we didn't know nothing. All right. And I even found out that my great grandfather, Dalton Jones, the land that he lived on was designated as American Indian Reservation land. And I know for a fact that none of my people knew that. All right. So we still digging down that rabbit hole right now as far as what's going on in Louisiana. But it looks like on both sides of the family, my ancestors came around the same time the Trail of Tears was going on. They migrated to northern Louisiana and then been there ever since. So as far as I'm at right now, that's as much as I know. Now I'm digging into the Montgomery side. My last name is Montgomery. So I don't really know much about my pop side, but from what I'm seeing, it looks like we got a little bit of Scottish in us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm digging down that line too. I see some Catawba that was possibly there. So I'm trying to figure that out. But I got my mom's side pretty much nailed down.
That's what it is, see? And the fact that you own your business, you're handling your business, you also into your heritage. And when we met on Clubhouse and you see how we linked off top, I was like, this young, I didn't even know your age. So at that time, I'm like, I don't judge a book by a cover. So I'm sitting here saying, this man, who is this dude, Monte? I was saying name wrong and everything at first. He had to correct me and
man,
everything.
that's everybody, bro.
I'm like, my bad, dog. My bad.
Bro, I heard every variation you can think of, bro. I get tired of correcting people, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but in real life, Monte, you're doing some things. You know what I'm saying? And from a military standpoint, in your life of your 33 years, you know what I'm saying? Some people might say that's symbolic, but at the same time, you're in a move of really trying to expand even and bigger than what you are. Then going back to your raw trucking, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to focus on your entrepreneurship skills and what I've seen, and I know you do, because you also teach a class. See, you didn't mention the class earlier. You didn't mention the class.
No doubt. Yeah, so what ended up happening is after dispatching my own trucks and just meeting with different people, networking and trucking, so many people, man, told me, bro, you should start teaching dispatching, just offer your services because you got a knack for being able to explain things. But I never took it seriously at first until so many people kept asking me. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what's up with it. So I started offering my services to consult people to either help you start your trucking company or most especially teach them how to find the work for their trucks. That's what I'm known for. I know how to find that work for them trucks. That's what I'm good at. So I started consulting, and then when I added that to our company, that shit took off because so many people need help in this business because so many people give you bad info, just like with anything. We know that right now with history. A lot of people just give out bad information. So if you take that information for gold in the information in an industry like trucking, you can go broke because these mistakes that you can make in trucking is expensive. You know that, man. This ain't just we talking about $1,000 mistakes here. So if you don't have somebody to give you the proper guidance, you can literally
lose your shirt.
Exactly.
You can lose your shirt. You can lose your shirt.
So since I care about the people, I was like, man, you know what? Let me go ahead and start offering myself an aspect. And then, bro, the shit had a bigger impact than I could have ever imagined. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a big space out there. I got involved with a lot of other people. As you saw a couple of months ago, I spoke at my first conference with trucking. It's a lady by the name of Kiera Henderson. Her brand is called a Trucking Guru. She out of Dallas, Texas. But her, my partner, Boss Man Brewster, they're my mentors. They put me on the stage to speak at the conference. So, of course, that helped my brand as well. So I started adding public speaking, too. I got another one coming up in September the 10th in Atlanta. So we just keeping it rolling, brother. But the future is we're trying to get a diesel mechanic shop, 18-wheeler parking, and a trailer rental service, truck rental trailers. That's what we try to add to the company come 2022. So, yeah, brother, we just trying to grow and get vertically integrated. You feel me?
Exactly. And again, I'm going to give a shout out to Launchpad Logistics. I did a consultation with you. So my company is doing business with his company, and we are actually integrating, like you said, with each other. See what I'm saying? In business. I'm you know me. I'll keep it real. Like I just do logistics. I understand exactly what you're saying about the trucking side. Like literally the ones that are on the road doing a lot of the work. I also started that way, driving, doing the routes. I actually still drive for the company of Launchpad Logistics and have contracts where I'm in my local area though, West Palm to Miami, doing pickups and drops. But because you got to make sure you cover what you cover till you expand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that money on the road is different from the local money. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And I know the difference. I've seen both, but you get homesick. And for those that can't handle being on the road for a week or two at a time, you ain't gonna get the whole bag like somebody that's gonna be able to do that.
Right.
So how do you see that? Can you just for people that's thinking about getting into the trucking game, you know what I'm saying, driving, can you give them the pros and the cons from your perspective of being a driver on the road in the business you're in?
So check it out. Transportation period is a beautiful industry, especially for minorities, because the income potential is unlimited, and you literally in an atmosphere where there is no such thing as a recession. All right, it don't matter how good or bad the economy is doing, them trucks gonna be moving, no doubt about it. All right, so from a driver perspective, I mean, if you don't have a clear outline of what you want to do in life, a CDL can change the game for you. You got drivers right now making anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500 a week, bro. You got corporate professionals who never would see that. All right. And this is what they see in their pocket, net, not after taxes type shit. This is what they actually put in their pocket, not gross. This is net. All right. Got drivers killing, bro. All right, now as far as an owner-operator, meaning somebody who owns their company, right, the market is on fire. You got guys making anywhere from $6,000 to $12,000 a week. Now that's gross now, all right? Now everybody's expenses are a little different based on whether you own your truck and trailer and all that good stuff, all right? But legit, I've never seen a company that can make legit money like this. Without a buku degrees, you see what I'm saying? You get your CDL, bro, and it's not just for the drivers, all right? Because I don't drive, all right? That's what I was gonna start doing, but because of my networking ability and being able to work these phones, the freight became my best friend, all right? So you got people who don't drive making 6 figures a year, being a freight broker or a dispatcher. All right, so there's other ways to get into trucking besides just driving. But everybody that I know that's doing this and been in the game for over a year has, at the worst case, a 6-figure company. That's at the worst case. All right, I know several millionaires who you would walk by every day, and all they got is some trucks, couple employees. You wouldn't even know their name. All right, because there's so much revenue behind these trucks. Because think about it, everything you got in your house, everything you eat, drink, no matter what it is, some part of that product came on a truck, if not all of it. All right. So the shit is literally the best thing that I ever did, bro, because I like to hustle. I don't like to have a cap on what I can make. And trucking put me in a situation to where, bro, I created 6 different revenue streams of one industry. And I'm not special. I know so many other people who doing the same thing. So for people who looking for a change of pace or, but you got to be built for this now, Mac, this. It ain't for everybody. Nope. If you got the type of mindset that's built and you don't take no easily, you can deal with frustration and bullshit, transportation may be for you. But if you're very thin-skinned and you need everything to go the same way every day, you're not going to truck and drive you. It'll drive you for you. But see, I love this. I like fast pace. You know what I'm saying?
Drive for a company. I'm not gonna put their name out there, actually. But I drove for this company for about 2 years. Right, about 2 years. I did some driving for them, but we were doing a 26-foot truck. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have to go get no CDL. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we were doing high end. We were doing high end deliveries, like nothing but like rich white folk. I hate to say it like that, but it is what it is. Politicians. People that Patron, we did Patron. We did a Ford. The people that own Ford, like these people had contact the company that we were driving for. So we driving up the whole East Coast, dropping off. You know what I'm saying? To high end clients, $10,000 couches and shit. You know what I'm saying? We dropping off and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
white glove,
white glove delivery. Correct. Exactly.
Right.
White glove delivery. So yes, I'm I'm trained in white glove delivery. You know what I'm saying? I know how to do that. So on my time frame, because they paid a lot of good money, it was you didn't need no like how you saying, but because of the type of contracts and type of clientele and type of how you have to move in these houses, you know what I mean? Ain't no scratches.
Right. Yeah.
You got white glove, like literally.
That shit come out your
dents.
pay.
That's everything coming out, bro. Everybody. Yeah. But they tip good though. The white glove people, clients also tip white glove wise as well. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I'm gonna touch on that local versus OTR shit too.
Please go ahead. Matter of fact, go ahead.
So what you talking about right now for the people who interested, to get in transportation don't mean you got to go state to state. All right.
Right.
Now you can make way more money like that. It's not even close. However, you can do a lot of local work. So what Mac is talking about, white glove delivery is typically for like furniture, gym equipment, stuff like that. All right. And you can do that in your local area. All right. So that's called local work, to where you could be, let's say you live in Jacksonville, Florida. Anytime you're in a big city, there's a lot of stores like Academy. You got places that sell printers, water companies, stuff like that, who need stuff moved within the 30, 45 mile radius. All right. Yep. And they'll pay you to move these contracts because semi's not touching that. That's not enough money for semis.
Right.
But for a box truck or a Sprinter van, that's becoming real popular now. But the catch is, to survive in that type of climate with those vehicles, you have to have contracts. You got to have connections. Versus with a semi, you can go get on what they call a load board, which is the spot market, and you can find work right away with a semi. You can't do that with a box truck or a Sprinter van. It takes more finesse. Yes. So if you want to be home every night, you got to really be on your network game to find a specific type of freight that'll work for your situation. And normally that takes some know-how. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, and I so happen to be blessed to say, I don't like to use that word actually, but you know what I mean? Fortunate. Mm-hmm. I've been fortunate. I'm gonna use the word fortunate. I've been fortunate enough to have a know-how and have contracts and network to be able to get in these situations and work my way in, like you said, finesse my way in to some situations locally to where I don't even got the Sprinter van. I'm in a Metris. I'm in a Mercedes Metris doing my day.
Yeah.
And I've been making it work. But I know there's way more money in the same route that I'm doing right now if I had a bigger vehicle. Because now I will hold more loads. So
no doubt.
In a Metris, I could probably hold about 6-7 deliveries, depending on size and weight, right? But if I had the 26-footer, 16-footer, Sprinter van, the long one, you know what I mean? Economy, I could probably carry about 12 or 13 pickups and drops.
And maximize that route.
And maximize the route. It's all about knowing when you go south, if I got 10 on me, I'm using gas to go one way.
Right.
When I come back up, I'm using gas to come back up. And how many stops and pickups I have in between that go down and come back up is where the money's at.
Right.
That is the niche of local delivery and success to me. And me doing it myself and surviving off of it during a pandemic or a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this. Since I said pandemic or plandemic out there for those that use it different ways, how do you look at during the pandemic situation that took place in the last year or so now, and how the trucking game has been affected by that? Can you touch on that real quick? I ain't gonna hold you much longer. I knew you're a busy man.
Nah, it's all good.
You feel me?
So look, the pandemic took the trucking game to a whole nother level, bro. Because you got to think, what happened at your local grocery stores? They were sold out every day, right? You got to get new trucks to replenish that stock. Now you have FEMA activation. So you have FEMA load, bro. You had people, when the pandemic first popped off, for everybody it was slow. Like for the first week, we didn't know what was going on because we couldn't deliver shit because the warehouses wasn't open because they couldn't bring employees in. But once they started that, what they call that shit, when it was making it mandatory, what they call that shit, essential.
Yeah.
They was calling them essential, right?
Essential workers.
Okay,
essential work.
Yeah. As soon as they brought the workers in, bro, on average the rates was like $2 to $3 a mile. As soon as that happened, the race was $4, $5, $6 a mile, bro. Bruh, listen, we was killing, bruh. And we
Oh.
still, listen, we
I
still
noticed.
killing right now. Listen, bro, the rates
Still.
haven't been this high. My OG been in the game 20 plus years. He said he never seen the rates this high, bro. Bro, you got guys literally making 10 grand every week right now, bro. Like clockwork. Because shit is selling out faster than ever, bro. Think about it. Go to your stores. Everything is sold out. Try to buy anything, bro. Cars is going like crazy. Houses is going like crazy, bro. It's a back order on all kind of shit right now. So we eat.
Yo, that's why again, I'm glad that that's why I did this, because you know what I mean, we both in this game from a logistics standpoint, and you do logistics. You're a dispatch company too. Like you got six, like you said, revenue streams running through your company.
Right.
So that's why I wanted to have a conversation with you, because you're not just talking from one level of it. You're talking about it from 6 levels of it.
Bro, I'm seeing it all. So for example,
you know what I'm saying?
People in the house game, they complaining about the lumber, right? Lumber prices are sky high. Okay. Now you go ask anybody in trucking who know about flatbeds. Typically, we don't want to touch no lumber because they typically is heavy as fuck and they ain't trying to pay enough money. Bruh, lumber freight is some of the highest paying freight in the game right now. All right. And they telling us that it's a shortage, but I know for a fact it's lumber, bro. It's so much lumber in this country. They literally sitting on this shit, bro. I don't know what's going on, bro. They sitting on this lumber. It's a whole bunch of lumber, bro. You know what I'm saying? They trying to jack this price up, bro. We see it. We see it in this game because we the ones dealing with the commodities, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And you name a commodity, I pretty much know the area which is getting produced there. Because this, you know, when you're in transportation, it's our business to know these things.
Right.
Feel me? So, bro, the commodities is there. We moving them every day. But they saying that they not here. They saying that we got a shortage, and that shit is all bullshit.
Damn. I can believe it. No, real shit. Real shit, though. Real shit. All right, so how do you, in your business, you're an entrepreneur in this business, in this industry, trucking, raw trucking to be exact, with your company, how do you see the shift? Matter of fact, I'm asking this question too. I'm actually 2 questions involved in this. In the technology of the fact that it's a pandemic, all that good stuff going on, and you guys are able to get more rates, do you see it coming back down? And also, do you see how it's not gonna stay that way?
Hell
no, it's not gonna stay that way. You got your eyes good. That's why I say,
man, listen.
So, like, how do you see this?
So many people want to. Okay, so trucking has become more popular than ever now, bro. Everybody and their mama want to get into the game. We didn't had this conversation before.
Of
and I'll be honest with people. I'll be telling them, bro. Okay, so check it out. Right now, a semi truck. So on average, if this was a year ago, all right, you can get a good used semi truck for $20,000 to $30,000. You got people who may be listening right now who own a personal vehicle that's worth more than that. All right. This was a year ago. Okay. Now them same trucks is double. All right. The trailers too. So yeah, $60,000 ain't bad when you think about it in terms of comparing it to a regular car, because you know you can spend $60,000 on a Lexus or a Mercedes. That shit ain't gonna make you no money. But $60,000 on a semi, that shit gonna bring in them bands. But the catch is your overhead, you over leverage now, because you spent double on what it really costs because the market is so high right now. But what them folks don't understand is they're getting over leveraged and buying all this equipment. But when the rates go back to normal, you're not going to be able to afford to stay in the game. See, trucking is very volatile. There's some sharks in this motherfucker. All right. They'll try to get you in. They knowing you may go last 6 months and you're going to be out of there. You know what I'm saying? It's some shark. This shit is just like the streets, bro. These people will cut your throat and smile in your face, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Talk.
But
when
you got it figured out, you can make you some real bread. See, I'm from this. So that's why when they told me all this shit in trucking, man, that shit don't scare me. I done seen way more treacherous situations, but I'm built for this. But I got people who I teach on a daily basis. They come from corporate America, and I can tell when they don't really got what it take to make it, and they gonna get eaten alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the race is definitely gonna change, bro. And if you didn't enter this business for the right reasons with a sound game plan, you will definitely crash out. Ain't no doubt about it.
I got a game plan though. See, I know you know. I've told you. I'm gonna shout it out tonight because I gotta expose myself at some time, right? You know what I'm saying? The game is,
Yeah.
but Launchpad Logistics, we got an app coming out that's gonna deal with raw trucking, like a company like you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And other companies in different states in a nationwide situation. Yeah, and we're Aboriginal owned, by the way.
No doubt.
You like how I said that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
You
that's
like how I
where it's
said
at,
that?
bro. The technology, bro. Technology, because trucking is still in the stone ages, bro. You know what I'm saying? We
Real
need that
talk.
technology in transportation, real shit.
And I'm bringing something. I'm just letting everybody know for the world. Like I've been working on this for almost a year now. We spend a lot of money on it. I ain't been talking about it because I don't like to talk about shit. But I get nervous, anxious and shit when I spend money on something, and I really having to deal with people outside of my industry to get it done. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time doing this, so I'm being honest with you because I came to you. That's why I'm
Right.
keeping it real. Like you're on the show tonight because I literally came to you when I kind of had like what we call a writer's block. I ain't gonna lie. I ran into a writer's block with the blog developing this app, and I'm like, I need somebody to just give me some input. And you sat down with me. And I thank you for that, by the way. And you kept it real with me, by the way. And it gave me insight to allow me to kind of finish this last part so I can drop this app. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Launchpad Logistics. You know what I mean? It will be on Apple and Android. But you have a talent because if you was able to show me something and I was caught up in my situation and I was like, oh yeah, I get it now. This is what I'm gonna do. And now I know you can reach a lot of people that's trying to get into the industry and really know where their niche might be at. Because you, like you said, you did 6 levels of this in the same industry. A lot of people don't get that far to be able to expand the business by how to expand it in that manner. So that's why I'm giving you credit for off top. You know what I'm saying? You're a smart man and you're doing your thing and you figured it out. And people ain't promoting it. But I want to tell you that you're doing it and people can come to you to get it. So I want you to tell the people, because I know you get ready to drop your website too. Well, you're redropping it, you know what I mean? Because you're doing some updates. But while you update the website for Raw Trucking, before you leave me tonight, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you're a busy man. You got to get up in the morning, early in the morning, to do what you do.
Yeah, bro.
So I ain't going to hold you much longer. You feel me?
Yeah.
Give me, just tell the people real quick, though, how they can find you. You know what I'm saying? If they're interested in the classes to learn about getting into the game. If they're looking for somebody in your area, because you never know who's listening, you know what I'm saying, that might want to tap in with you on getting the load or helping you needing somebody to get. I mean, like, let the people know what it is, bro. That's on you.
All right. So first off, if you're thinking about getting into trucking, definitely get you some education. And I'm not saying it got to be from me, but you need some type of education, period. So it's a lot of resources out there that you can check out for free to even find out if there's something that you're interested in. YouTube, we all come from the YouTube and learn at YouTube University, right? So you can get a lot of free info to let you know if you are at least interested. But don't take that information to the bank now, because that ain't going to be able to make you no bread. That's how you're going to fuck up. So if you want to get into transportation, first, go get you some insight, free videos to see if it's something you're really interested in. Now, if you are interested, I offer consultation, whether you want to just be on the dispatcher side or you want to own your own trucking company. You can follow me on Instagram at Show Me New Money spelled N-U Money, or you can follow me on Facebook, my real name, Munta Montgomery. All right. If I can't help you, I will forward you to somebody who can. But anything that got to do with trucking, for the most part, I'll be able to get it done. All right. But it's very important that you get the education before you get started in this, because I try to save people every day who done already went and bought their truck and now they too deep in it to quit and they need help. You don't want to be in that position, fam. All right. I don't care what these folks tell you on the internet. Matt can attest to this. I don't force nobody to just hop into this shit because you heard the money was good, bro. You're going to lose. I promise you. Do it for the right reasons. Get the right education and don't be in a rush. This is a very lucrative business and people in our community definitely need to be in transportation. but don't be in a rush. I worked the job for years while I was running my trucking company, and I didn't make no money, bro, because I reinvested it all back. All right. I used to work overtime every day, every weekend, doing a manual labor job, working on airplanes while I built my company up. For the first year and a half, I didn't take $1. I didn't get paid $1 from my company, even though I invested thousands. All right. And I want y'all, last thing I want to leave y'all with is what you hear me tell y'all about my story. It didn't just, trucking was not nowhere near my first business. I failed a lot. You understand? But me failing is what gave me the knowledge to know what to do when it was finally my time to win. All right. So I want to leave y'all with that. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid to go and try something. Even if it don't work out, you smile through that failure, because one day it's going to be your time when you done paid your dues. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hey man, I think you dropped the bar right there. You dropped the bar, boy. Boy, I think you dropped the. Man, I mean, shit, you need to copyright that.
I see why
right
you're a motivational speaker.
Yeah, boy, you doing your thing.
Oh God, bro, I'm trying, man.
I'm taking notes right now. Hey, yo, real talk though. With that being said, because I know you don't bullshit around, and I know you tap in with the Autonomous Party. You know what I mean? And we don't got to go into that tonight fully, but with the Autonomous Party, you see that we don't bullshit either. You know what I'm saying? We try to get to what we say we're going to do. When people tell you they want something, we're going to do it. But we're going to do what we say we're going to do. Do you agree with that at this point?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. I wouldn't be here if we didn't.
Real talk.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We strictly about business, man. Like, the one thing I learned through business is that you only as strong as your relationships. All right? And in this indigenous community, that's what we lack. We don't have real strong relationships. So when this Autonomous Party situation came, it naturally made sense for me because I live by networking. I built everything I got by networking. If I fell off today because my name is good and I kept my word with people, somebody along that line would help me get back on my feet because my name is good and I got a network of people. If you don't got a network, you really ain't got shit, because one person don't mean nothing. I come from a sports background. Ain't no one person winning no championship at the highest level, bro. I never seen it. It don't work like that. So I live by that. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. I mean, that's why the Autonomous Party taps in with the Aboriginal, indigenous people, autochthonous people, native people. These are all synonyms. You know what I mean, though. When you do your genealogy, like have you done, you touched on it, and you know your background and the mixtures of things that took place in your ancestry. You know what I'm saying? Some people say, oh, you can't go past the 1400s. That don't matter. United States of America wasn't established in the 17th century. Really, the 18th century, right? God, I'm wrong. The 18th century, and there's people in your ancestry showing you went back to the 14th or the 15th century. That's 3 centuries before you was established as a nation. So that means you're indigenous to the land in the Western Hemisphere. They call today America. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But we gonna get caught up in all that right now. I ain't coming here for that for now. I really wanted to highlight the fact that you are an entrepreneur, young black brother, as they would call it, or I would like to say Aboriginal brother, doing his thing. And R.A.W, trucking, man, salute to you, man. I appreciate you for tapping in tonight with us. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them kind of nights. Appreciate you,
brother. I appreciate you for having me on, man.
Oh, man, come on, man. Should tap back in with me another time. I know you, and for those, again, rawtrucking.com coming soon, right?
Yes, sir.
Is there a market for more dispatch?
I got a question out the chat.
Okay.
Is there a market for more dispatchers right now?
All the time. Let me tell you why. All right, being an owner-operator, an owner-operator is what they call somebody who owns their own trucking company. That shit is hard. You got fuel taxes. You got to worry about your plates. You got to worry about insurance. You got to worry about your drivers. You got to worry about finding loads. You got to worry about maintenance. I just named 7 things, and I ain't nowhere near done. One person alone can't do all that shit. There's going to always be a need for dispatchers. Always.
That's why I'm glad you said that, because I realized with this app situation, I'm going to need dispatchers more than I need truckers.
Yeah.
You know You know what I'm saying? Like I really learned that I'm gonna need dispatchers in every different area that I'm really trying to locate for them to tap into the app so they can give me traffic to the app for the drivers.
It's just that simple.
It's
Look
just
at a
that simple. You know what I'm
dispatcher
saying?
like an air traffic controller. The more planes they make, the more people they need controlling the air. All right, it's the same with trucks. The more trucks on this road, the more dispatchers they need to coordinate all these movements, bro.
That's real.
Trucking, transportation, period, whether it be by air, by sea, by land, has so many moving parts, bro. You need a team of people to do this successfully. Dispatching, even if they come with automatic trucks, this shit will not change. You still gonna need a driver for them automatic trucks. Same way that you got planes that got autopilot. They don't fly themselves. They don't land themselves. So you still gonna need somebody to move that truck. You still gonna need somebody to book them loads. This shit will never change, bro. Never. I don't care what they say. It ain't gonna never change. So yes, there will always be a need for new dispatchers, but good dispatchers though, not the ones who hear that you can make 6 figures and now they want to rip off truck drivers. You'll never make it that way. If you don't have a passion for this shit, if you ain't got a passion, we gonna see right through that. All right, but if you really like
gonna see right through it.
Hell yeah. Bro, they gonna see through that shit.
Only way that really worked, just to add on to what you just said before we leave tonight with you as a guest. In my eyes, the only way it works, because I'm experiencing it, is local.
Right.
If you can get, if you're the dispatcher locally, and you got these contracts, now you can kind of bully a little bit on the rates
because you got your weight up. Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's a different network from, like you just said, being able to jump on a load board and bid for a load. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What?
Yeah, I got a question, bro.
Go ahead, bro. Hit me.
You can hear me? He can hear me.
Oh, he can hear you? All right, bet. Go ahead.
How difficult do you think it would be to come up with a load board type of system for like the local box trucks type of deal? Like what?
You heard that
question? Yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
So let me tell you how the load board came about. First off, so the load boys now they in the good old boys club.
Yeah.
All right. So they plugged in like a motherfucker. Let me tell you that first. All right. So because anybody can go make a load board, the software that they're using is pretty simple. But the catch is, how can you get the companies who got the freight to want to put their loads on your load board? That's gonna be the hard part.
That's the
hard part right there. Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
Because you gotta think, bro. Some of these companies been in business. Big brokerages like Landstar, JB Hunt. These niggas been in business for fucking forever, bro. So they'll send these companies a 6-figure sign-on bonus to give them their freight. They can afford to do that. Somebody like Raw Trucking, we can't afford to play them type of games. So even though your idea may be great, you can't play on the same level of balling as these boys who've been doing it 50, 60 years. So this technology will be easy, but it's actually getting them folks to want to put their loads on, put their freight on your load board.
On your
that's
load?
gonna be the hard part. Yeah.
You know what? No, I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people don't understand. And since we talking about Black or Aboriginal or Indigenous, whatever industry you want to call yourself, and going into this industry, you know what I mean? You're dealing with who already in the industry and who's controlling these loads, and getting in with the people that actually give out the freight. You know what I mean? Because that's who's paying the trucker. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The people that
most of them do not look like us.
That's the one. I'm glad you said that. That's why I want to make sure it's understood. You know what I'm saying? To get these contracts, it's not like we're going to people that look like us. We're going to people that don't look like us to get these contracts with these freight deals.
Let me tell you what else. We need more of us to get into this business for that exact reason. Bro, I'm surprised when I call for a load and it's a brother or a sister that answer the phone. It's very rare, bro. It's very rare. It's a shame. It's a fucking shame that we don't dominate this shit. You know what I'm saying? You got Arabs, you got people Indian, all of them Russians. Bro, they balling.
Russians, yeah.
We just
quietly,
sit back. They can barely speak English, bro.
Bro, they eating, bro. Down here where I'm at,
They eating.
down here, bro, West Palm Beach. Like when you get to West Palm Beach, you don't see as much Spanish delivering because West Palm, rich white folk, Trump territory. You know what I'm saying? People might call it nowadays. Will say, oh, you know, the white man actually up there in West Palm rather see the black man than the Spanish man. You see what I'm saying? Because we speak English.
Yeah, they
that's
love
what he
that,
looking
man.
at. He like,
bro, you'll be surprised. Man,
look,
I call on Lowe's sometime, and it'll be, you can tell it's a straight redneck that answer the phone, and they'll be like, "Thank God you're an American."
Bro,
they be sick, bro. They be sick of that shit, bro.
Bro, they be like, I've had white people I deliver for, and this is true stories, and the white man will be like, "I'm so glad it's y'all." Just like he be like, "I'm so glad it's y'all." I'm like, I'm looking at him like, what is? I don't want to say that, but anyway, you know what this man saying to me right now? You know what I'm saying?
Like, though, bro.
He'll be like, he being like so appreciative. He like, because I get deliveries and I can't communicate with these people. All the businesses I'm getting, these people don't speak no English, and I can't. It's like it's the hardest thing. And I'm like, damn, like, bro, I understand it. I got you, bro. Let me just, all right, chill out for a minute. I'm gonna get you, bro. I understand it. I hear everything you're asking for. I do speak English.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get what you need done. All right, keep it moving. Make sure you tip me right though. God bless America. God damn it. Keep it moving.
Bro.
Let's keep it moving.
But the main thing is transportation bring freedom, bro. This is one of the most freest businesses I ever been a part of my whole life, bro. I was literally, when I took my family to Disney World, bro, I'm still making money on the move. You feel me? I don't have to, somebody can call me right now for a load. My little baby could be screaming in the background. They do not give a shit. Like, it's not many businesses like that, bro. So our people, you know, for those who have an interest in transportation, now is the time to get into the game before it becomes too inaccessible. You know what I'm saying? Because it is going to be like that soon. With all these extra regulations and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to say this to you, bro, before y'all let you go tonight.
To give a price range to enter that business.
Say that again. What's the question?
Little Adams. Is he able to give a price range to enter the business or consultation?
What do you charge for a consultation? And also,
are you able to give?
Are you able to give a price for your consultation, and also a price?
Not a price for the consultation. A price range to get into
the business. Okay, like what would it cost to get into the business from your perspective?
Okay, that's easy.
Wait, I'm gonna give you two.
I'm gonna give you every one of them.
All right, go ahead. I'm gonna let you ride. Go ahead.
So a dispatcher, all you need is a LLC. You really don't even need that. That's why it's the most popular. Because as a dispatcher, let's say I don't know nothing about trucking, but Matt, let's say you got a couple trucks. Let's say I want to be a dispatcher. Mac, if you hire me to dispatch your trucks, I have now become a dispatcher with no overhead, no LLC, no none of that shit. Okay.
Facts.
So that's a dispatcher. You can literally get in with $0 spent. That's for a dispatcher. For you're gonna have to apply for your authority. Authority means when you go through the federal government to get your certificate to be able to broker freight. A freight broker is the one who gets the freight from one person and then brokers it out to a trucking company to get it moved, just like a real estate agent. All right. So that's going to cost you anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 to get into the game. And now the most expensive is owning your own truck. That can cost you anywhere from $5,000, $30,000, $40,000, depending on your situation. Do you own a truck already? Do you have a trailer already? Are you going to be the driver, or do you have to hire a driver? You're going to have to make your insurance payment. So the highest variable is owning your truck, because obviously you got to buy the truck, trailer, insurance. So that's the most expensive is owning your own truck. That can cost you thousands upon thousands of dollars. For me personally, my first truck, it cost us we got the truck, we had a dually, so it wasn't a semi. We got that from a dealership. We got that with no money down. We paid $2,000 down for a trailer, $3,000 down for insurance, and then probably another $2,000 or $3,000 in miscellaneous before we could get it right. All right. But everybody's situation is different when it comes, because because let's say you got great credit, you may come in with only $5,000 out of pocket and get everything you need. When I was started, I had okay credit, had cash to play with, so we had to spend more cash out of pocket. But obviously, owning your own truck would be the highest. Broker, then dispatcher. That's why dispatcher is the most popular, because you can literally get in with little to no money out of pocket. So that's the three tiers to enter the game.
Okay, one more question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now I'm good. We rolling.
Is it better to own or lease a truck?
Own all day long.
Oh, right. I would agree. Now, I could answer that shit. Yeah.
Let me tell you the catch though.
Pros and cons. Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you the catch. Leasing ain't so bad. However, when you're new in the business, you can't lease no way. They're not gonna let you. Matter of fact, Mac, you remember your partner was hit me.
I know that.
So look,
I know because we tried this shit. I would already have a truck with you right now. Right. In the deal.
So leasing is better.
So we already know this.
But they won't let you do it until you got 2 years in the business. So that's not even going to be an option for somebody who's new in the game, because you aren't proven yet. All right. So now you're going to have to buy.
Matter of fact, I'm glad you told me that. You just dropped a jewel on me. On me, man.
Because see, I'm about to start leasing. So look.
Because, hey.
Go ahead. What you got?
No, because. No, but this in our conversation, just keeping it real. Like when you said lease, if you ain't 2 years in the game, you ain't gonna be the lease. You know what I'm saying? They ain't nobody gonna get the rates and the insurance and all that stuff that come with getting into the game. That's why I chose to jump on a van rather than a truck in the beginning, because of me understanding the local situation and saying me jumping on a truck right now and us having to finance it and then us having to maintain it and then make sure the contract's right. If we ain't going out of town, I need to have the contracts first. You can't go after going and buying a truck and stay in your local area if you ain't got your contracts first. Luckily, you know what I'm saying, until the pandemic happened when I started this business, I was thinking, because I was running a bar, you know what I'm saying? This is why I ended up in the van. But I was thinking both sides, because I was already delivering stuff most times in a 12, 14 foot van / box truck or in a van. So I was like, I'm gonna buy me a van. Me and my partner Pierre, shout out to P. We got into this. We were like, we're gonna get a van just to start building our relationship within the contract we already had. I wasn't trying to go and grab the big truck, knowing that all the things you just said about owning, unless you're ready to buy it outright, leasing, you know what I'm saying, in certain situations, and getting I'm glad you said this well, because a lot of people don't understand this. You have to have a certain year to get a lot of these local contracts. They're not going to let you get no old truck that you could buy for $4 or $5 grand, because they're depending on you to make sure that load gets where it's going.
That's a fact.
They have a requirement that you actually are 4 years, right? Most times, like we're in 2021, so that means your truck needs to be 2017, 2018, and old and newer. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's a lot of stipulations
go ahead.
that people will not take. So listen, just like with anything else, with the indigenous community, you name it, people get on YouTube and be with that cap because they want numbers. All right. Fact. So niggas will tell you, they'll tell you instead of A through Z, they'll tell you A through G. So they'll give you steps A through G, but they're gonna leave out all kind of shit. So now you fully invested into this equipment, and now you realize, damn, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So for example, I got people call me all the time. They want to get into the semi game. I tell them, unless you got enough money to buy that semi and have at least 20 grand left over for maintenance, you do not need to do that shit. Because look, you got a repair in the semi world that can cost you 15 bands for one repair. So if you spend all your money cashing out on the truck, and then a month later you got a big boy repair, what you gonna do? Now you done spent all your money to get in this business, and one repair just took you out the game. That's why it's levels to this shit. You don't start at the top if you don't have no experience with this. You got to work your way up. But a lot of people, they'll tell you what you want to hear so they can sell you a course. Me, I'm trying not to sell you a course. I'm trying to do everything in my power to make sure that you really built for this before I go and take your money to teach you how to do this. I want you to not, you know what, Monte? You convinced me I ain't built for this shit. I don't even want to pay you for consultation because so many people call me and I tell them no because they got a fairy tale belief on how this shit's supposed to work. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time, bro. They like, hey, I want to buy me a box truck, Mac, but I want to make 10 grand and be home every night. Bruh, you dreaming. That shit is not about to happen. But I hear that shit all the time because they heard it on YouTube somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody, selling dreams. They're selling dreams.
It's the American way, huh, bro? You know what I'm saying?
With cherry pie, I don't like cherry pie. I don't know where that come from. That's the baddest choice of American dream in my life. I don't like cherry pie. I do apple pie, but you know what I mean. Shit.
Yeah.
You seen what them people did with American Pie in the movies and shit. So now I'm limited to sweet potato pie. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't do apple pie. I've been traumatized what they did in the movies with the apple pie. Like what you doing with the apple pie? Why you putting your shit?
Yeah.
Why you put? Never mind. Anyways. No, I'm saying like, no, for real though. Hey, real talk though. Hey, that's the first thought I came into when he said that though. For real, I don't know why. It's perverted in the first fucking place, ain't it? That's fucked up, man. It ain't perfect. But either way though, man, I appreciate it though, man. Thank you for coming on tonight, bro. And
no doubt.
Again, rawtrucking.com is the domain though, right?
Oh yeah. We own the domain already. It just, to be honest with you, in the trucking world, man, people don't give a damn if you got no website. You know what I'm saying? It's just me personally.
That's real.
Yeah, like I want it because of marketing, but they want to know do you got insurance? What your trucks look like? You said the years of your trucks. That's what they care about.
They care about
like I say, bro. It's so many people who you would never guess who is living great off trucking. They just sit back. Nobody knows their name. You feel me?
Listen,
it's crazy.
I witnessed this. I've been in the position of a driver, a dispatch, an entrepreneur in the business, and I'm doing deliveries and surviving during the pandemic on my local area in the metros doing deliveries for certain companies through finessing. And shout out to all the companies. I ain't gonna shout them out right now. I'm just gonna say shout out to all the companies.
Get a plug up, bro. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't gonna do that to them because they don't, like you said, they don't care about none of that shit. They don't care. Are you gonna be able to get it for this rate?
That's all they care about.
Are you saving me money right now? I can get it where I need to get it to in the same day? Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right. I got you. You got insurance to do it? Yes, sir.
Yep. Matter of fact, I got a nigga texting me right now at fucking 10 p.m. trying to get me to haul some loads for him and sell him some insurance. This shit don't stop, bro. It ain't like corporate America, bro.
I'm gonna let you go.
Not like corporate America.
Get back to that paper. Raw trucking.
Get that new money.
Get that new money.
You already know, bro.
Get that new money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, for real though, real shout out to Munta Montgomery of Raw Trucking for tapping in with us tonight. And tap in with him, Instagram, Facebook, right? Where else you want me to tell them to come see you at real quick?
Man, that's the only place I'm at. I'm old school, bro. Catch me on the book. Catch me on Instagram. You know, shit is up. You know what it is. Raw Trucking. We really out here, man.
That's what it is. Appreciate you, dog. I'm going to let you ride. Hey, take care of your family. Hope all is well with you and your family and all your ancestors around you. You know what it is. Keep it familiar. And I thank you again, like I said, man, Autonomous Party. Shout out to the clubhouse, because this is where I met.
Shout out to the Autonomous Party, man. We out here, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out. See what I'm saying? Like, we doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Because we out here really in the community, tapping in with
indigenous cap. We really living like that. We ain't got to sell no bullshit. You understand me? This is for real. Really living like that before any of this internet shit.
Real talk. Like, we into our heritage. We really do what we do to take care of our family, and we're going to support the people that tap into what we know we tapping into. And on the level of it, the Autonomous Party, you know what I'm saying? We don't get caught up in the hype. It's because we really don't live off that hype of what the culture of our people might, because that's not the hype that pays us today. But still, we have to pay homage to our ancestors and our genealogy that taps us back into our ancestors to know their trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? And on a real level, it's why I choose, because I'm gonna try. When we look at all the famous leaders of the last 60 to 100 years, I'm going to favor Malcolm X. That's just my opinion. During the civil rights movement, my parents were alive during that time. I could say that, right? They might have been teenagers, you know what I'm saying? They might have been teenagers, the ones that live in our parents that lived from that time frame, but they was able to see what was going on. And if I was my parents' shoes at that time, I would have followed Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? I know in my soul, my heart, it would have been, hey, Malcolm X, I'm riding with you. If I was born in this, you know what I mean? If I'm in that era of time. But overall, this man did say Aboriginal. And he's the first person I've ever heard say the term Aboriginal, say Aboriginal is a black man. And you don't like to be called that, but that's what you is. Society allows us to make a lot of social constructs that allows us to feel comfortable to fit into society's needs and means. But we're in a new era now. And politics is more important to trying to stick into a social narrative. And that's why people like you, that's younger than me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say my age, but everybody should know everybody tap in. I'm finding people your age and younger than you, and also people that's older than me. You know what I'm saying? That's tapping into the energy that me and you talk about and how I met you on Clubhouse. And that's how I know that we're having an effect in the community on a national scale, as you heard today. Shout out to Tavis Sanders and what him and his family is doing and what they said today to us, right? So you're a witness to this, what I'm saying to you. So again, culturally speaking, economically speaking, politically speaking, and socially speaking, I want to tell you that you're a shining light in the community. You know what I'm saying? Because you're into it for the real reasons. You're not into it because this is what pays you or something. You're into it because you take care of your family off raw trucking. You know what I'm saying? But you still know your genealogy. You also are a veteran. I'm giving you all your flowers right now. Sunflowers, by the way. I don't do roses. I'm not romantic. I'll give you sunflowers.
No doubt. Yeah.
Real talk. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you my opinion. You feel me? My opinion goes out to you tonight. You get that opinion from me. Appreciate you again, brother. Take care of your family. I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, man. Tap in.
Brother. Y'all hold it down, man.
All the time. All the time. Munta Montgomery, R.A.W, trucking industry, entrepreneurship. You see, there's brothers out here doing their thing and take care of their peoples and knowing who they are at the same damn time. That's the goddamn line.
At the same damn time, bro.
Goddamn, at the same damn
and ain't selling out shit, man. You know what I'm saying? We self-made, brother.
Self-made. That's autonomous right there. That's autonomous. And that's why I had to tap in with you tonight. Shout out to you one more time, bro. Tap in. Each and every Sunday, you know what it is. We going back to the mix. I'm going to talk about some shit. Matter of fact, shout out to Wanagi, by the way. Shout out to my man, Wanagi.
Peace to Wanagi, man.
Yeah, shout out to Wanagi, man. Ghost. He just had a birthday recently. So we about to play a clip from him real quick before we go back into the mix. I'm going to talk about this real quick. I know, Monte, you got to go on. If you want to stick around, you can. If not, you got to slide. It's cool. You know what it is.
Man,
I'm
going to go to sleep, brother.
Sleep, my dude. You know what I mean? I ain't going to say sweet dreams. I'll be like, pause. I ain't going to do all that to you. You got a wife at home. She do that for you. You hear me? But, you know what I mean? I see you at the top of the soul. I'm going to say that. You hear me?
All right, brother. I'm going to tap in with y'all, man. Y'all have a good one, brother.
Tap in. Appreciate you, Eric.
All right, bro.
All the way from Atlanta, Georgia, to be correct.
Yeah, I'm in the Mac Town, brother.
Mac Town.
They take that shit serious, fool.
I don't want them tripping on me. Like, hold on, we had some. He's from Mac Town. He ain't from Atlanta. I ain't gonna do all that right now tonight. Ain't gonna do that either. Shout out to Mac Town, Georgia. You heard me? You know what I'm saying?
Man, y'all hold it down, man.
For sure. Right. Peace and love. Pull up. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Monte, man. Music Media Lounge, we live. And then maybe go back in this mix, but I just want to pull, before we go back into the mix, I want to play a clip from my dog, Wanagi. He put something out. It's featuring, because Wanagi be doing this. He feels something, Ghost. You know what I mean? He feels something. The Holy Ghost hit him or some shit. He dropped some shit real quick. He put quick clips out, and he got a lot. You know what I mean? He doing his thing, and he a humble man. Humble man. I don't like to use the humble no more. We don't use H's. We go do humble. You know what I'm saying? We humble in this bit. And my man doing his thing. Stand up man. Kataba Sue. You heard? Shout out to my dog Wanagi. Let's play a clip he got out came out this recently, you know what I mean? He dropped this other day. A little shine light on that. Like serious folk, you know what I'm saying? Tap in. Tap in.
There's another thing. You remember that? I think I sent you the big screen that Willie Lynch paper.
Making of a
The
slave.
Making of a Slave. You know what I'm saying? Read that shit.
Hey, I heard that shit was a lie though. I heard that was a myth. Like that paper was made up. That ain't even facts. No, that ain't even
I
facts.
don't think there's no lie though.
Hey man, hey, some facts on that recipe. Recipe.
Said Rashid's a library.
So hold on. Not even fuck that part. Fuck the letter. Fuck the Willie Lynch letter. But the shit that was in it, how they was saying, the mentality of.
Oh, now, well, you heard me, this Raspberry Rolls. Walker called me the librarian, so I'm gonna run with that. You heard me?
Okay, so we facts, all facts. But what I'm saying, so you don't think it was nowhere in history where these folk manipulated our race?
Yeah, they manipulated all the way.
That's all I'm saying.
But that letter not real, so that's why
I can respect that part.
We gotta stop living the fake stuff that they put on us and look at what really happened so we can get ourselves back right.
Exactly.
Because if we keep living trying to go off of the fake stuff, we're never going to get to the real side of things that really happened.
Real
so
shit.
while we're looking at the Willie Lynch letter thinking that's how they really divided us, we need to look at how they really did divide us.
But they did that too, though. That shit that was in the Willie Lynch letter, that shit was true
too.
too.
I
understand what I'm saying, but they actually did that too, though. The shit
it wasn't about them tying us to a horse and stripping us and all that, because you light skinned and that one dark skinned and that one go be a slave. Nah, it wasn't like that. It was because see, some people ended up being slaves also because the slave master actually was married to them or had children with them. So the slave master sleeping with a black woman who's a slave, he got to keep her as slave on his paper, because if he turn her loose, she'll end up being a slave for somebody else.
Yeah.
So when we looking through the paperwork, we're seeing that some of our ancestors was actually slaves on paper because the slave master was actually sleeping with them to get the land. See, that's what the white folks did. They come here, they sleep with the indigenous black folks here, and once they had them children now become part indigenous here, so now they get access to that land. Yeah. That's how they were stealing our land from us. So it wasn't.
Oh, my bad. Shout out Wanagi. It's an interesting clip. I want y'all to hear the first part of it real quick. I want you to think about what he's saying right now. Because a lot of different perspectives that fit into the spectrum of what he's saying right now. I mean, people that's foreign that came in and mixed in with people that's indigenous to the land during that time frame of the colonies that we were talking about. To be specifically, we're going to talk about Spanish, French, British, throw a little Dutch in there. They had a trading company that was big at that time. They did their thing. You know what I'm saying? You go shout it out, you're going to shout it out, right? You know what I'm saying? Shout out the Moravians and shit. They did their thing. You know what I'm saying? The Germans. Benjamin Franklin shouted them all out best way in 1751, right? So at the end of the day, you have to know about his address to the swarthy population of the Americas in 1751 to really catch on to the understanding of the story and the perspectives it's given out in his day and the narrative of time dealing with what's being said on this clip with Waka Flocka and Rosby Ross. And it's interesting because a lot of things being said is true, but there's a lot of different, perspectives, angles, and everybody's situation might be different genealogy-wise, right? Based off your genealogy, that might not fit your description. But in all, the mixture of races of people has been definitely whitewashed. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? We got to get outside of the bullshit. It's definitely been whitewashed, but that didn't happen until real recent, by the way, for folks that think that some person in 16, what's the word they use? 1619 brought you into the perspective that the first African man was brought to America on some slave trip. Tariq Nasheed who be doing all the thing, FBA, and he's the most popular dude dealing with the FBA situation. He's done Hidden Colors. He did recently butt breaking. You know, he's doing projects. He actually has a museum right now he's raising money for, and people are supporting him in California to raise this museum dealing with indigenous people of the Americas type shit. So he's tapping in a certain way. I don't hate on people's production to ask to, you know what I mean, what we need people to see. I ain't into all that. But interesting enough, he goes to 1526, I think it was, right, on his website. So I want you to do me a favor. Play a little bit more of the Rhapsody Raw real quick. I'm going to come right back. I'll be right back. I'll play a little more of this. And can you pull up the FBA website for me, God? After that clip,
actually slaves on paper.
And then after that, we're going to go into our
the slave master was actually sleeping with them to get the land. See, that's what the white folks did. They come here, they sleep with the indigenous black folks here, and once they had them children now become part indigenous here, so now they get access to that land. That's how they were stealing our land from us, so it wasn't ended up being slaves also because the slave master actually was married to them or had children with them. So the slave master sleeping with a black woman who's a slave, he got to keep her as slave on his paper, because if he turn her loose, she'll end up being a slave for somebody else.
Yeah.
So when we looking through the paperwork, we're seeing that some of our ancestors was actually slaves on paper because the slave master was actually sleeping with them to get the land. See, that's what the white folks did. They come here, they sleep with the indigenous black folks here, and once they had them children now become part indigenous here, so now they get access to that land. Yeah. That's how they were stealing our land from us. So it wasn't about the color, it's about the land.
No, I dig that. That's deep.
Knowledge, that's what building about, though. Building about sitting around and teaching each other, rather, because we could sit around and talk about some bullshit all day, but I just learned something.
But now, what I got from fuck if the letter real or not. For what I got from that shit is the mind manipulation part of the shit. Like, I believe all this shit is designed to make niggas envy each other. You know what I'm saying? All this shit they put on TV, you know what I'm saying? These clothes, that shit that don't mean shit for real in the real world. It mean the most to our people. You know what I'm saying?
But what's the oldest war tactic?
Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer.
Nah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, I feel like all that shit, like the internet.
See the link for the brother who actually wrote the Wilderness Letter. Man.
Yeah.
He also wrote a book for us to get away from it.
That's the part they didn't
a book for us to get away from it, and he also talks about what we need to do in order to get ourselves back right.
Shit, what is it? It's too late.
It's the same shit. So it's like this. Basically, what we need to do is we need to find out who our family is. We need to go back into the records, into genealogy. Genealogy is the legal documentation of your family. So
now,
you
say what? You say one more time.
The legal documentation of your family, birth certificates. What we need to do is we need to find out who our family is. We need to go back into the records, into genealogy. Genealogy is the legal documentation of your family. So you
said what? You say one more time.
The legal documentation of your family, birth certificates, death certificates. What we need to do is we need to find out who our family is. We need to go back into the records, into genealogy. Genealogy is the legal documentation of your family. You
said what? You say one more time.
The legal documentation of your family, birth certificates, death certificates. Nah, that is all right. So let me say this for y'all for Ancestry.com. The DNA side is bullshit, but Ancestry.com has the largest database of legal records for us. And the problem with us is we don't know that it's that much records about our people out in the world. And so we don't go to dig for it to centralize the information about our family alone.
I found 1,400.
And so we don't know that. Like, white folks are excellent record keepers. And you got to think we was property. So in order for you to do business, you got to keep good books. But we don't know that they got so much records. Until I started going in the courthouse, started looking with my own two eyes at all these records, this shit blew my mind. And I'm from a little small country town in Louisiana. So I know about these bigger courthouses and these bigger places. I know the information they got in there is probably crazy.
Yeah.
Priceless.
And if you don't know who you are, anybody's subject to tell you.
Hold on. Wait a second. You heard that? Raspy dropping balls, ain't it? Hey, I feel like he just did the Royce 5'9" on me. He did the Royce. He did the Royce 5'9" on me. And when I get the remix on that bitch, he made him bring it back. And hope they said, say that again. Hope they said, say that again. That shit was real. Either way though, in real time. You know what I'm saying? That's a great platform. No, we're reaching them platforms. Though. That's how you know that the movement is getting certain people out of the movement. Rassy Ross, you know what I'm saying? And Lord Jamar. You got the Lord Jamar clip. Let's go past this real quick before we go back into the mix, to the after party. Get the Lord Jamar clip with Top Cats, because Top Cats, since you said platforms, well, it's the promotion for it. That Lord Jamar is saying that he's getting ready to bring a Top Cats onto the platform. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we need to see. Rassy Ross, Waka Flocka has brought our Rassy Ross with him to a radio station on that platform to talk about these issues. You see what I'm saying? With other artists and starting to mingle into the hip hop industry, in the culture that I know I'm a part of, and I know it's there. It's been there. It's just now it's starting to get recognition. I'm gonna acknowledge the ones, the pioneers that are getting their face put into this industry, talking about this type of information. Like, oh, you said Chinga, man, you know. Yeah, I gotta give Chinga his credit too. He's coming out saying certain shit about his heritage and shit too. You're right, Chingy, you know what I'm saying? St. Louis, right? You know what I mean? So people are doing their genealogy. By the way, we don't deal with DNA. We don't do DNA. Crossover. Nah, a bar. You know what I'm saying? He gonna drop a bar. He about to cross over. You feel me? God. You see how I use that word in my context? See how I use the word in my context? He about to a bar. You heard me? That's how I'm gonna start saying it. He a bar. You heard me? Crossover. When you touch that kind of the platform, now more people get it. See, Dan Calloway, and I'm gonna say these different three names because I would say these are three probably popular names, right? Getting numbers that's talking about the community that I live in, you know what I mean? Dealing with Aboriginal, Indigenous people. You know what I'm saying? The same reason why we do this platform. We ain't into all that trying to hit with people. Like, shout out to Try Biz, who came here last week. You know what I'm saying? And in our community, we got to work out our different situations and get that right. You know what I'm saying? We can't be fighting with each other. We got too much other stuff going on. They got a pandemic going on that's affecting more than just our community. And we can't be fighting with each other, I feel, in this time. Network, make your network. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us do a lot of things in the commercial side of things that can allow us to really govern ourselves in a different way if we tapped in with each other. You know what I'm saying? So fighting with each other over differences of mythologies and belief systems that were here or there before the 15th century, when the place we call America was considered the new world, and these certain ideologies came upon us and made us not look at our genealogy no more and fall into the belief. Shout out to Balaam. Yeah, I got this hat right here now. What's this hat? Balaam. You see me? You see the Jaguar? Yeah, real quick. Shout out to Balaam. I think that's gonna be my Aboriginal surname. Goddamn. It's brown, by the way, right now. But I think, and it matched my skin. So shout out to the Brown. Bobby Brown told me back in the day when I was in high school, we all related. I wonder if he was thinking that shit was Irish, and he knew that shit went back to the Irish surname. You know what I mean? But I'll be the judge. Catch on to that later. But on my indigenous side, Aboriginal side, I'm gonna say Bottom. I'm gonna talk to the Gentiles, the Gorm, the nations of people that they don't fit into the, you know what I mean? The people that they were calling the Abrahamic religion. Even though I know through genealogy, I probably got, most likely I know I'm tapped in. But hey, we in 2021, we're gonna do that. Hey, tap in with me. Don't forget each and every Sunday. 8 to 11. Oh, next week, I got a couple of people tapping into. I got some alkaline water conversation coming in. We're going to talk about water. Life is water. Everybody got to survive. Health is a situation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm dealing with the bill next week, dealing with the health, dealing with the alkaline water. I got a plug on that. By the way, we're going to bring the young man. He's a young man that's doing his thing, got his own alkaline thing going on. I want to highlight the brother for what he's doing. Trying to get that major distribution and get that good, healthy water out to the people in this time of day. You feel me? And at the same time, I got an artist gonna slide by, dropping some music on us. He dropped before. It's been a minute because the pandemic. I don't want to say it that way. See, I try to not get caught up in politics, but it's politics. So I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. And at the end of the day, that's the term some people feel comfortable with. So I'm gonna say both. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm gonna be balancing my scales. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. Say light as a feather. Say what? Okay, I thought. All right. See, you being sick. Blaze, I see you behind the scenes throwing shots at me and shit. You won't say that. Say that lie. You talking shit. No, I'm talking shit. Now, but for real, thank y'all for tapping in each and every Sunday. Music Media Lounge. Thank y'all for listening in, wherever you were listening in from. BSB, Bear Soundy Brothers, Thriller Campaign. The real is live life always, and then it evolved. And the heart's reality is live life autonomously. That's your dogmatic. If you can live a life and want to live every day, you never know. I was there at one point, and then I evolved, and I realized autonomously gets me closer to the divine. That's my opinion, from the lower and the higher. But from a standpoint of what we're dealing with our communities right now, I want y'all to tap in with us on a social, political, economic, cultural level. Each and every Sunday, 8 to 11. We're going back into the mix. We out of here. On a podcast level, tap in. Tell a friend, bring a friend. You heard me?